Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another process video. Yes, an actual process video. The first time I've done a process video in a few months. It's, as you can see, it's very well planned and pretty much put together. But what I thought I would do to ease myself in gently is come on here and stick things down and just chat to you a little bit about it. As you can see, it is a double page. And it is a grid type layout. Now my double pages do not have to mirror or be the same pattern paper or anything like that. My double pages are just me telling a bigger story than what I might tell on a single page. But I do it in any way that suits me. So in this case, I've got, I thought, a pattern paper here that I thought went well with these photos, and then a pattern paper that I thought went well with these photos, and I'm just putting those together and calling it a double page spread. And I am spreading the title across both pages, so it's definitely a double page spread. So top left to bottom right, grid style layout as always. Well, not as always, but as is the case here. American Crafts Puffy Elvis for the title. A couple of project life cards on each side that I've actually already popped together in the design that I want them to be. And then I've got 3 4x6 portrait photos, 1 4x6 landscape photo, 2 3x4 landscape photos, and 1 3x4 portrait photo here. So this pattern paper here is 49 and Market, Spectrum Gardenia, Painted Foundation, Fragments. And that's this one. And then this one here is the Bvld Birthday Bash, Happy Birthday Song, and I've used this before and it's a favourite pattern paper, and I thought it went quite well here because I'm at the Wildheart Sanctuary here on the Isle of Wight. This side is dedicated to photos of the animals, and I'm going to tell that story here, and this side is dedicated to photos of me entering the child's play area with the chalkboard and chalk and just writing Elvis on there, which, you know, any opportunity I get I will write Elvis. So that's what I'm doing on this side. My lovely friend Heather, one of my subbies, took these photos whilst I was doing that, so thanks to her I've got these photos to scrapbook. So I'm pretty much got these where I want them to be. I'm using my T ruler here because I just want this photo to be sort of centered. It doesn't have to be exact, but I want it to be you know, as near to center as possible. Now I quite like this arrow here on the pattern paper, the design, but I don't want to see all of it. I just want to see some of it, like the bottom section of it, because the arrow is pointing that way and it's not really pointing at anything. Not that that matters, but you know, I'm not too bothered about covering it up, but I quite like having a little bit of it showing. And this pattern paper is, I think it's supposed to be this way. I think I've rotated it 45 degrees. Yeah, because, well, no, but the writing is the right way here, isn't it? So I'm not sure what's on the reverse, if there's a pattern. So yeah, I must admit I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go because the writing is both ways, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do is just edge this up to the ruler here at about the centre point and pop that photo down. I am then going to pop these two photos down at a similar distance from the centre photo on you know, either side. We'll just pop this one here about there. I think I'd like that to go, yeah, and then the same on the other side. If I can get the tape off of there. I've added the tape to all the photos already, but it is the type of tape that you have to remove the backing from. I'm going to pop this one on this side, hopefully at a similar distance to the other side. About there, I think looks right. That's that side done. And then what I want to do here is I want the edge, the remaining pattern paper, once I've placed these down, to be similar on both sides. So the gap in the middle will reflect that. I didn't want to line this one up with this one. I just wanted them to be similar on both sides. Now then, do I need that ruler? I think I do, just to be sure, because the pound paper can mislead the eye a little bit, can't it? So we have that there, about there, that's 1 inch from the side, and this is 1 inch from the side if that's what I want, and I think it is just about there. And I'll do the same here with this one. Now then, I don't know how I want it to go. I don't think I'm not bothered about it lining up across the bottom there. That doesn't matter. But what I think I will do is I'll line the top of this Project Life card up with the top of that photo, and I'll match the 1 inch on this side as well. So that's those down. I'm thinking I may have not wanted such a big gap there, but actually this writing here is talking about tickets and things, and although it's probably travel related, you wouldn't know that really, and it can be connected to obviously entrance to the Wildheart Sanctuary. I'm going to pop these down on the top left now. I just picked these hearts out of my stash because I like the colours sort of match with the photos and the backing sheet, and also I hadn't actually planned on using these when I was initially planning the layout, but I thought it looked a little bit, you know, bare and not any real embellishment going on with just the photos and the Project Life cards and the title. So I thought this is how I would add my embellishment. So then on this side, I'm going to do a similar thing, but I don't think I'm going to worry about placement so much on this side. I think I am just going to go for it, but I do think I want the top of the Project Life card to be parallel to the edge of the paper, so we will use the T-ruler for that, I think. Now then, how do we want this to go? Do we want there to be a similar gap or not? Or do we just want them to be a little bit in the centre and not worry about the gap on the edge? I think it's pretty much similar anyway, because you've got about a 2 inch gap there, and if the photo goes here, you've got sort of a 2 inch gap there. So I think I'm just going to place that down and then do the same with this one. So yeah, it's a partial process video. I've been away from doing process videos for a couple of months or so, so I thought I would not do this layout without any process to show you, but also not you know, be too hard on myself and do the full process. I'm just easing myself back in gently. and if you follow me, you will know that a double page layout is a favourite of mine. A top left to bottom right design is a favourite of mine, as is a grid, and as is documenting animals. Usually donkeys or doggies, but here it's the animals at the Wildheart Sanctuary here on the island. Now then, do we want that to line up? I think we do a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I've placed that down, and this tape is very strong, so I need to make sure, I need to push it down from the top and make sure it's against the ruler before I actually stick it to the page. So then you can line it up before it gets adhered to the page with the tape that's already on the back of the photo. As I'm not using wet glue do get a little bit more forgiveness with. This kind of tape you don't. So we'll just make sure that's more or less where I want it, and then I think we'll place this. This one's a little bit lower than this one here, so I'm going to do that here. I'm going to leave a sort of a gap across the bottom there, and I actually think that looks quite nice. There's a little bit of the musical notes showing. I'm going to line this up against that photo, so it's kind of straight, and I think that will do the job. So what, like I said before, I'm going to do some writing here about the animals at the zoo, and the fact that Casper, who's a very famous lion at the sanctuary, was hiding a little bit on this day. So we could see him, but he was facing the other direction. We did go back to see him. Well, first time we couldn't see him. Second time we went back, and that's when he was hiding. And usually he's on the rock. There's a rock that he sits on and stands proud, right, quite high in the enclosure. But he wasn't doing that on this day, or not when we were there anyway. And yeah, so I got these photos of some of the other animals at the zoo, and not Casper. So that's what I'm going to say here. And here I'm just going to say about me having a little bit of fun in the children's section. I don't know if it was for children. I mean, you may see it as a children's activity, chalking on a chalkboard, but you know, I see it as an anybody's activity. Now then, looking at this and thinking, these are a little bit lower than these here, and these, oh yeah, and these are a little bit higher and lower here. So I think that, yeah, I think that's okay. I like that. To begin with, then I was thinking that maybe I should have pushed this one up a little bit higher, but no, I don't think that's the case. So I've already added the date in here and here. I just stamped that using one of my distress inks. And what I'll do now is I'll probably go away to do the writing. I'm going to use my black Uniball I Fine gel pen for that. And think then that this layout will be complete. I have already placed the title, as I've said. I haven't actually glued it down properly, and these are those awful American Crafts alphas that don't stick very well, so I may need to add a little bit of glue to that, but you don't want to see me do that, I'm sure. So I shall call this layout complete, and I will do the writing, take the photos, and pop a photo at the end that shows you the writing as well, the journaling, as well as the completed layout as it is. Don't think I'm going to add any more embellishment to this. Part of me wants to add something here, but I don't think I'm going to, because it's a shorter part of the word here than here. So if anything, I would add something here to balance it out, but I don't feel the need to do that, so I'm not going to do either of those things. I'm not going to place just something here or something here and here. I'm just going to leave it as it is, completely plain. Just add the writing. Got the hearts here, which are my embellishments today, and then that is this layout complete. So once again, thank you for joining me. Sorry that there haven't been very many process videos on my channel lately. Hopefully I will rectify that in the near future. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.